No, you're making up, but by showing the phone. It's inappropriate to talk to him.
Why is it inappropriate to talk to my son on Thanksgiving?
Go ahead. Stop.
Why is it inappropriate to talk to him on Thanksgiving? Kendra, you know what's inappropriate?
What's inappropriate about this?
Kendra, you know what's inappropriate? What would be inappropriate is monitoring your children and recording their conversations and listening to their conversations. And what would be inappropriate is yelling at them and telling them that they don't know what they're talking about.
I've never seen you do something.
That would be inappropriate, Kendra.
Okay.
And Jason chiming in the conversation has nothing to do with it. You have no.
You're making Jax upset, that's for sure. You're making me upset. Okay. Sure. I don't think Jax is alright. He says that it doesn't make sense. Like what? Like you gotta stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself for what, Jax? You're stealing themselves, maybe? Maybe I'm gonna be hung up if he's not appropriate. Are you gonna talk or not?
Yes, I would like to talk. Why does it have to be supervised, Kendra?
I don't care if it's the order. I just want to talk to him and he's not like that. Every time you talk to him, you make him cry. Because you're stealing them sorry. To tell him to be appropriate so you can talk.
This is what I'm telling him about sticking up for himself. I'm telling him to stick up to you.
That's bad. You're going to talk to me. Talking to me. I'm not talking to him on hang-out.
Jackson?
I'm going to talk to him. But you won't let me. I am. You won't let me talk to him. You're just going to sit there and go. And when he says something wrong,
Jackson?
and then you steal the phone from me and hang up.
Jackson?
That's typical of you. I'm going to take your phone if you don't talk to him.
Jackson, tell your mom that you want to talk to your dad.
I just want to talk to him. Okay.
God, dude. So anyways, what I was saying, son, was about standing up for yourself. Is what I was saying is that you gotta tell people how you feel and what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what's inappropriate, dude, is yelling at you about talking to your dad.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that we've gotten this far, bud. Right? How old are you now? 10 years old. And I'm pretty sure what do you say about 75% of the shit you know in your life, dude, is because your daddy or what?
Yeah.
I would say so. Do you think you've learned a lot from Mom and Jason in the past couple years?
Kinda.
Okay, like what, buddy? What are some? Huh? You guys were talking about soft air guns and stuff. Is that what you and Jason get to talk about? That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
So, you know why Mom got upset?
Why?
It's because she heard me say that I don't ever lie, and I tell you guys to be honest, and tell you guys to speak your own minds.
Yeah.
And does Daddy ever control you, son?
Yeah.
Do I ever control your environment or do I ever record your phone calls to Mom?
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's not being appropriate. Okay, tell us to sign because he's not being appropriate.
Can I talk to Ava? What do you mean? What did I say wrong? What did I say wrong to my kids?
Every time.
What did I talk about, Kendra? What are you doing?
I'm just getting picked up.
Then you got out at 2 o'clock.
Not today. There was a fire drill.
What?
There was a fire drill.
So you've been sitting there waiting the whole time?
No. He got on at 3:12. it in your pocket.
Not acceptable.
Okay.
You can tell how stressed out I was about him having his phone on him. My son Jace, he had his own phone. About his brother and sister missing. I was calling the district attorney's office several times a week, calling the APD. They flagged my phone, my house. That's what that says, flagged calls. Flagged my house.
Reached the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's hotline, where you may report information about child sexual exploitation or a missing child. This line is being recorded. By continuing your call.
Message is for Jacob Snyder. This is Gabriella calling.
Message marked for deletion.
Now I want to show you something right here. This is now from this date right here, 1/15/22. From this date, 1/26/22. Okay, the nature of the phone call was ASTWC. Okay, in this police report right here, on 1/15 description, I was labeled the abuser. And so basically I was labeled the abuser because I was calling Anderson Police Department and Reading Police Department reporting the abduction of my children. And my kids, my two youngest kids can't use the phone at their house, can't call their dad, can't call any family members. That is abduction. That is false imprisonment, and that is abduction. And Reading Police Department and Anderson Police Department refused to do anything because I was flagged. And it says right here, per 113 NOWC. Like this basically means no response needed due to this ongoing harassment weekly. They're saying I'm harassing her because she won't let my kids use the phone and call their dad. And you can hear my son crying and that's abuse. And that's neglect and abuse and child abuse. And this is way before I got arrested. Way before that. This is months before that. These phone calls are months before that.
Hi, Jacob. This is Brianna with Ring Central. Just giving you a call. I saw that you were looking at
Message marked for deletion. Saved message.
Jacob, this is Pam Davis returning your call. Okay, bye.
That's an attorney.
Message saved. Message marked for deletion. Saved message.
This is Joel calling with LS5 Legal Intake.
Message marked for deletion. Saved message. Hi there. I am calling you from AT&T DirecTV to let you know that your...
So LS Legal is a law firm that was suing the state of California for foster care and adoption back in November of 2016. And the county wanted me to basically sue the state and file a lawsuit against the state because of foster care. And I refused to do it. I told them to fuck off because I wasn't going to file litigation against the state for no reason. And they wanted me to basically sign non-disclosure agreement, and they wanted to blame the state of California for what happened to my kids at One Safe Place back in November. So this says right here, it says juveniles due to possible abuse by mother and juvenile at her boyfriend. And I reported it, and they red flagged it, and they changed these police reports. I highly doubt that you would be able to pull these police reports up at Reading Police Department now. I don't think they would be there. And this is all reported to law enforcement.
Or existing account from the California Department of Social Services State Hearing Division.
Enter your password, then press pound.
I set up a state hearing.
You have 17 saved messages. Saved message.
Good afternoon, Mr. Snyder. This is Shelley Morgan. I'm calling to inform you that I will be filing an emergency request for order, asking for an order shortening time to terminate your status as married to Kendra Snyder. If you have any questions, please contact the office, 319-7166.
That phone call, this phone call right here is really important because this phone call was right after Shelley Morgan and Kendra called me from her office, and Kendra was crying. She said she hadn't seen our kids in months. In months, man. I was pissed. They had just filed temporary custody orders on my two youngest kids, and months had gone by, and Kendra wouldn't answer the phone for my oldest son, Jace. And Shelly and Kendra called me crying, basically said she hadn't seen the kids in months, that somebody from the county or One Safe Place had them, and she didn't know where they were at anymore. And Shelly Morgan called me back later and said that she was going to file for divorce. The reason why they filed for divorce was because I was trying to protect Kendra and the kids, and I was trying to get help from outside of the county with the state attorney general's office. And so and we were still married at the time. So I was basically saying that I was able to ask for that because we were still married. And then they ended up, Shelly Morgan, her alleged attorney, who was working with Jason Lord and his mom, paid for Shelly Morgan as an attorney. And so they filed for divorce while I was in jail. And the county, like Judge Gibson and the other judges in Shasta County, were working with Shelly Morgan to take my kids away from me, to give custody to Kendra. And the kids were being abused at Kendra's house. So then the county could take the kids away from Kendra. And that was all the judges in Shasta County doing that. Basically forced my kids away from their family members and forced my kids away from me, and filed false allegations and false charges against me to put me in jail. So they basically wanted me in prison because they didn't want to go to jail themselves. Judge Ryan, Judge Gibson, Judge Summer Ryan, Commissioner Strongberg, all these judges that we've had in the past 8 years in this family law case railroaded me into jail and tried to railroad me into prison.
To replay this message,
and these are all the police reports from before I went to jail, before I got arrested. All these police officers here, they're all aware. This is how many people are there. Officer Jackson, badge number 314. Officer Hendricks, badge number 255. Officer Townsley. Officer Townsley was one of the first police officers in this case. Showed up at her mom's house in October 2016.
please leave your message for
Officer
Kendra
Yates,
Snyder.
badge number 30. 030.
What's going on? What's going on with you? We used to talk at least about the kids, just last year we were talking all the time. And Tech,
Kendra Snyder.
hey, Kendra, it's Jake. What's going on? What's going on with you? We used to talk at least about the kids, just last year we were talking all the time and texting each other back and forth, and now all of a sudden, you won't even call me back or talk to me, or you won't call Jace back or talk to Jace. What's going on, Ken? We're worried about you. I'm just worried about you, and I'm wondering what the hell's going on. Are you okay? Or, I just wish you would talk to me more about the situation and about what's going on and why you feel like you have to drop off the face of the earth with our two children, who I'm sure want to see their dad. Want to know what's going on, and I'm sure they're worried about you as well, and I'm worried about them. You have to. You have to call me back, Ken. Okay, please. I just don't understand what's going on. That's all. Somebody's convinced you of something, or telling you something, you could always talk to me and just ask me questions. You're just acting so frantic and so irrational. You're saying that I need a mental health evaluation, but you're not calling me or letting me know where the kids are at, or letting me know if you're okay. That sounds psycho. That sounds crazy. You have a son, Kendra. Jeez, he's calling you. You're not calling him back.
This police report right here. This was my son that called me crying, said that Jason had threatened to shoot him and his sister and Kendra and kill them all. It says right here, reporting RP's 11-year-old son told him that his ex-wife's boyfriend threatened to shoot her in the face believes suspect is threatening female over money issues. This is on January 12th. And on January 28th, the cops, the RPD showed up at their house because Jason was threatening my son Jason and Jackson Ava with a gun. And these are the police officers that received that call. Cardoza, badge number 317. Edwards, badge number 192. Peterson, badge number 5381. This says that he hadn't been able to contact his son or ex-wife until just now, and the son told him that Jason threatened him with a gun. He was going to kill him. It says right here, RP was able to talk with his son, who is at the residence with their mother right now. And basically said closed in air. They closed this because, and they red flagged me. This is prior to being red flagged, and this is way before I got arrested in March 3rd, I believe, or March 1st. It says right here, Peterson 531, the male does have firearms in the residence. And then it says right here, the prior calls made by this RP is in regards to his children, and their mother has noted, add that makes calls as form of harassment. Kyle Corrigan, Label Joseph, those are police officers or maybe advocates from One Safe Place. I'm not quite sure yet, but this is what happened in this case, and basically this is why I couldn't get help from anywhere else. Is that I was red flagged or flagged, and it says right here. It says right here, ongoing custody battle, and male half is upset with how the courts are handling the child custody per 113, no welfare check or response needed due to this ongoing harassment. Judge Gibson called the Reading Police Department and Anderson Police Department and told them not to answer our calls anymore because of an ongoing custody dispute. And this is after I filed paperwork basically told Judge Gibson that I had enough evidence that there was forged documents and signatures in this case, and that I had enough evidence to prosecute the judges that were involved in this case. And he called the Reading Police Department and told them not to answer our calls anymore. And my son almost got shot in the face. And then they took my oldest son away from me in February. After 6 months, I had no idea where my youngest kids were at. And Kendra didn't know where they were at either. And Kendra called me crying, saying that she had no idea where the two youngest kids were at. They haven't seen them. And right now, I've called the DA right now all week last week, and basically left the messages saying that I have evidence of collusion, evidence of forgery, evidence of conspiracy to abduct my kids again, or take my kids. And my kids were abducted since 2016. Because of the forged documents and signatures, and the Shasta County refuses to let my kids go. Says right here, threatened to shoot him in the face. It says right here, closed in air. These are redacted statements or redacted police reports. They wouldn't give me the original copies. And then when I got out of jail, I asked for police reports from Shasta County Sheriff's Department, as well as our Reading Police Department, because I heard my youngest son was running away from her house because he's getting abused over there. And Judge Bigelow denied my request and wouldn't give me, my police reports from law enforcement, which is a violation of my civil rights. And I should be able to access any of these police reports at any time because they're regarding my kids and their welfare, safety and welfare. Thank you. God bless. I'm going to start another video. I'm going to post this. Thank you.